If you're watching this video, you've probably been on self-improvement for a while now. Maybe even got to the point where you've seen some pretty decent results. But for some reason, you still feel stuck. Or maybe you feel like that it just isn't enough. So in this video, I'm gonna explain exactly why you feel empty and even stuck, even when your life is slowly getting better and better each day. And towards the end of this video, I'll also share how to actually fix this. So my first point, I just want to make one thing clear. Self-improvement improves your life from the outside. You know, like outside, you might get a better physique, you're fixing your habits, you've got a cleaner space around you, you've got a clean schedule, and you're not wasting any time. So you're basically building the outside of your life, the environment, and that is good. Like, that is very good, don't get me wrong. But most of the time, most people who are on self-improvement, and this is like a canon event pretty much, you're too focused on building the outside and you're not worrying about the inside, or you're just completely ignoring the inside. And I actually just thought of a pretty good example. Imagine someone's trying to get a girlfriend, right? They are trying so hard and they desperately want a girlfriend. So they spend almost all of their spare time searching for a girlfriend, but he just keeps getting rejected, and he starts to think that girls are the problem, and he starts to blame them. But he actually never takes a step back and works on himself whilst at the same time whilst looking for a girlfriend. He just focuses on one thing and he actually doesn't do anything internally to help him. So what does this look like during self-improvement? This could mean ignoring your thoughts, and I actually made a video about this the other week, how you should never ignore your thoughts. So that is the first and the most common way that people still feel empty even after building a nice, strong environment. Okay, now the second thing is you still don't have a purpose. Most of the emptiness comes from lack of direction. If you don't know exactly why you are improving, if you don't have a reason for every single action that you do, you will never feel good. No matter how good the habit or the action is for you, if you don't have a clear reason in mind, a clear motivator, it will never feel good at all. So for example, if you want to become some sort of entrepreneur, or in my case, a YouTuber, so every time I do a good habit, it is to fuel, or it is to make it easier for myself to actually reach my goal, which is to make it on YouTube, right? And that can be little things like just eating healthy. It can be completely unrelated to YouTube. Like, what does food have to do with, creating content, right? But I eat healthy so I can actually have a sharp mind, and I can actually have the energy to do a bunch of work, because it is a lot of work. And the same thing for the gym. I want to build my physique so I can prove to myself that I can do something hard, which in the long run will just make YouTube easier because I've already done something hard. So you guys need to find your purpose, and I might make a separate video about this in the future, but you guys need some sort of purpose to fuel, so your good habits can actually fuel that purpose, and you'll have a much better time when you're indulging in the good habits, and you'll be much more motivated because you'll actually have a clear direction in mind. Now, the next reason why you feel empty is because you've completely isolated yourself, and I've definitely done this myself. The self-improvement journey is a very lonely journey, so this is a very core reason as to why you may feel empty. I completely understand this. It is very hard. There's a lot of work for you to actually do. You might not actually be able to connect well with your friends, right? Because you're always just thinking about how to improve yourself. You're always thinking about, grinding, and they most definitely don't have the right mindset. So you feel like it's just a waste of time to hang out with them. But it's okay to let yourself loose a little bit. And I'm not saying if they're party animals and they take drugs and all that, don't ever speak to those people, right? But if they're just those kind of people where they don't really care about self-improvement, maybe they go to the gym or whatever, but they're not that deep into it as you are, it's fine to to spend a few hours having a bit of fun. You don't always have to be locked in. But yeah, so it's a very lonely journey, and I understand, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to build some sort of community where people can connect to each other. Maybe sometime in the future I'll have a Discord server. Okay, now the next point is you're not giving yourself enough credit for your progress. You might have made a lot of progress, but you haven't celebrated, or you haven't felt fulfilled, because you look at these people who are way further ahead than you and you think, I need to be there right now. Why am I not there? You keep comparing yourself. That is the worst thing that you guys can do. When you get a small win, make sure to celebrate it as if you've just made it completely, right? You need to celebrate every small win as if you've made it. That is the best thing that you guys can do, because when you get a small win, that just shows how much progress you've actually made. Imagine after 5 small wins, looking back to when you had no small wins, you have completely changed. And the person who you were before, if you were looking to the person that you've become, even if it's not a significant, like life-changing sort of win, you will be so proud of yourself. So you need to get into that mindset of actually looking at the stepping stones that you've taken and the hard, deep, hard steps and hikes that you've taken to actually get to where you are now. So you need to appreciate yourself. You need to appreciate your progress a little bit more and don't ignore it. You need to celebrate it. All right, now this next thing is a very common one as well. You're trying to fix everything all at once. And I always preach this in almost every single video. You just need to focus on one thing. You can't fix your physique, your sleep, your habits, your scrolling. You can't meditate. You can't start running. You can't eat healthy. You can't do all of these things at the same time. You need to focus on one thing first, your highest priority. List everything down. Your highest priority, focus on that. And what I always like to start with is sleep. If you have not fixed your sleep schedule, if you get very poor sleep, drop everything else. Don't go to the gym. Maybe eat healthy because I guess you can do those too. But just drop everything else and focus on your sleep and just hyper focus on fixing your sleep. Spend the entire day researching or, buying some sort of supplies like red lights and all that. And don't stop. Spend weeks and months if you have to fixing your sleep. And then you can move on to the next thing. Never try to fix everything all at once. You'll just crumble to the ground and you'll feel hopeless. Alright, now I'm going to go over exactly what you can do to actually fix this. And I cannot stress this enough. If you're just watching this video and you do not take action after watching it, you are going to fail. Watching this video is not enough. You actually need to take action on what I tell you guys. So first things first, you need to build meaning. You need to find your purpose. So ask yourself, why am I actually doing this in the first place? If you go to the gym, write down, why am I going to the gym? And it can't be something like, I want a better physique, I want to look better. It needs to be something else. Maybe it's like, I want to protect my family, I want to succeed in business. Whatever it is, write it down right now. And do that for every single habit, not just the gym. Ask yourself, why do you want to sleep early? Why do you want to eat healthy? Do this for literally every single good habit that you do. Alright, now the next thing that you guys need to do is you need to find some time every day to just connect with yourself. No one does this enough. So maybe just sit in silence, journal, meditate, whatever works for you. It can be literally anything. Maybe for you, you want to sit outside on the grass. Maybe you want to walk outside. Maybe you want to run outside. It can be completely up to you, but you need to find some time, at least 10 to 15 minutes every single day to just connect with yourself. No noise, no one else, no distractions, just you and your thoughts. Alright, now the next thing you guys need to do is to add some sort of real connection to your life. Improve your friendships. If you got a significant other, connect with her and her family. Call up your parents. Spend some quality time with the people closest to you. You'll start to feel less lonely on this lonely journey, and your mental health will just improve so much. And the last thing, I already touched on this a little bit before, you need to celebrate your small wins. No matter how small they are, it doesn't matter. You guys need to be proud of yourself for all of the work that you've done. You are on a very, very difficult path. So just be proud of yourself for that as well. Like, you're still on this path and it's very difficult. A lot of people quit. A lot of people give up. So be proud that you're actually still on this journey, and never beat yourself up over not being good enough, and never compare yourself to other people as well. So yeah, that's it for today's video. If you guys found this video helpful, make sure to chuck a like and subscribe. I post videos like these every single week in hopes to change people's lives. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.